Hi, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Sam.
And I'm Matt.
And today we're going to be reviewing the Black Fencer Parrying Dagger, or can be also known as a dagger. It's worthwhile saying, if you are tuning into this video, that this is the old dagger, so it's not the heavier version that's recently come out. We just missed the boat on that.
Yeah, that's right. There are Black Fencer now offer a number of different daggers. When we got this, it was the only one available. So they now offer a sail dagger, which is has a kind of bowl that comes down across here, and they do offer this in a heavier version. They do also offer a couple of say axes. So if you're into sort of more Viking period stuff, if you're into sort of experimental archaeology or reenactment, that might be something you want to look down. But we didn't have any of those options, so we got this one.
Yeah, so it's worthwhile saying that we bought these in combination with the Black Fencer rapier, so the cup hilt rapier, because we were at the time particularly interested in rapier, and of course with rapier you sometimes need a parrying dagger, depending on which system you're on. So kind of the first thing to say about it as a positive, it is a great product. It's kind of it feels good, it's made really well, strong construction. It's a fantastic sidearm to have for rapier, side sword. It's even good to use kind of when you've just got just as a dagger, so on its own we've used them. However, the thing that we would say with using this, I think Matt will agree, is
maybe he will.
Maybe
I'll wait till I hear what he says.
Is they're not particularly transferable.
Matt does agree.
Yeah, Matt agrees. So they're not particularly transferable to late systems. So we did it was a German.
Yeah, it was sort of ringneck, I think. So yeah, so about 14th, 15th century German dagger, which is really meant to be done with a rondel dagger. And we started off using them like this, and it's all sort of ice pick grip type stabbing. And we started using them like this, but the quillon kept digging into into our wrists.
Yes.
So very quick, we ended up doing the class holding them like this at the end, and everyone looked at us like we were absolutely insane.
Yes. It's also worth saying as well that the equivalent would, of course, a lot of it involved the wrist block in a sense, and of course
it was quite painful.
It was quite painful towards the end.
We
to our great shame,
to
our great shame, please don't judge us, and if you do, please comment below. But yeah, so not transferable. However, for the price you're paying, it's rough. Well, when we bought them, they're about 40 euros.
Yeah,
so,
I think about 40 euros, and then obviously you have to factor in postage wherever you're going. Yeah. So yeah, by the time you've done all that, converted it into pounds, it's probably about 50 quid.
Yeah,
all in.
A good bit of kit. We've used them, so we've used them a lot, and they're still intact. So they've got really good, strong construction. And we have seen people. We haven't personally used them, but we have seen people use them with steel in the club where we attended. So
that is steel rapiers, though we should point out.
Yes,
not against like steel back swords or anything like
steel
that.
Rapier. So
and that is just in a parrying function rather than taking full blocks. It's more kind of the Swetnam style sweeping of the blade. But yeah, as Sam says, these are really good for any sort of Renaissance system, whether you're doing Marozzo, Manciolino, sort of side swordy type stuff, or whether you're more into the later rapier, so Capoferro, Alfieri, stuff like that. These work very well, and of course, as a companion weapon for any product, really, for the small sword that we reviewed earlier. Check the other videos. In fact, check all our videos. Watch all of them.
Please do, and subscribe.
Subscribe, like, do all those things that every YouTuber tells you to do.
Yep.
This is actually a really good product. And before we got the cold steel axes, we were also using these as the kind of Pringle green type thing. Again, the quillons are kind of, they're not helpful in that.
No, they kind of get in the way. There wasn't a natural grip you could have to hold it in that Pringle green style. So yeah.
But of course, we were improvising then. Yeah. But yeah, so certainly anything in the kind of Bolognese system, any rapier system, this is perfect for. Something like silver, this would be fine for. Yeah, it's all around for any kind of Renaissance fighting. This is a really great product.
Which is exactly what it was originally made for.
Of course,
it's perfect for what it was made for. It's just we, of course, try and experiment with things that where we don't have that equipment. We try and see if things are transferable. Not always, and this is an example of a product which you can't use it for other things outside of its time period, shall we say?
Absolutely. I would say, in terms of handling, it's really nice. When you're using it in the offhand, it swoops in, and you can make those kind of
back here.
It's alright. That your depth perception makes you think like this is much worse than it actually is. But yeah, in terms of doing those, as I say, those kind of Sweatnam style blocks, this is actually really good. It feels nice in the hand. I would say when you're using it as a weapon on its own, so if you were doing Marozzo, say, and you were doing the dagger on its own section, it does feel a little choppy for the kind of dagger it's supposed to represent. It feels much more like an arming dagger or something you'd find in earlier periods. It does feel kind of like you want to hit with it, as opposed to the more thrust-centric weapon, which it would be representing. Not that that's a bad thing at all. And
it is worth saying that with the thrust that you brought up is the fact that there is no flex in that at all. So there is nothing kind of like that will go straight in. So if you are using these in a sparring context and you close in, practice with safety and spar with safety, because I've received full thrust from these. I'm still here. I'm doing the video now, so it's fine.
We're still friends.
Yeah, we're still friends. There was a brief moment we didn't speak, but I was in full protective gear. It still does leave a mark, but same as all HEMA, you take your own risks, but just be careful when using them.
Absolutely, and I think that's the trade-off really. In making this stiff, it makes it very good at parrying, which is, I suppose, the primary function of this weapon. But it does mean that it is less safe. There are other options available. There's the cold steel option, which we've seen. Neither of us have actually used. Which is cheaper, it's more flexible, so if you are anticipating using much more body contact with this, then that might be an area to look down. This is certainly, as I say, it's a much more robust, as Sam says, not very flexy weapon, designed much more for getting that parry in.
And of course it's designed to go alongside the other Black Fencer products, so it does need to be kind of like that kind of sturdiness if you are using it against a Black Fencer, because, I mean, they do hit like steel. So... Great
product placement there.
Yes, there we go.
So I think overall, I think we can say, great price point.
Yeah, definitely.
It's if you're within that range of sort of 15th and 16th century systems, bolognese or rapier stuff, then this is definitely a product for you. Can be used up against steel rapiers, or in conjunction with a steel rapier, we should say. Like all Black Fencer products, it does have the downside of this will be a waiting period to get hold of this. Although it is quite a popular product, so it is available on quite a few resellers, so it might be quicker to get. That obviously comes at an increased cost.
Yes.
But overall, I think this is a really good weapon.
Yeah,
I really like it.
Definitely.
And we've had lots of fun sparring with them. So I think that's our review of the Black Fencer Parry Dagger, and go out and get one.
Yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next time.